Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. I want to get right into a few articles. I'm going to show how intermingled a lot of these are and how we've broken down the new financial system basing on Ripple, Stellar, and Ethereum. But I'm going to show in this video how intermingled they are, as many people have written me that are new investors. Point of this video specifically is, will this be around? Is this a scam? Is this temporary? Is something the future is really being built upon? What is this? And basically, here is the answer. DTCC processed 2.15 quadrillion USD in securities in 2019, and it's looking at DLT, the distributed ledger technology. $2.15 quadrillion. That's pretty significant if you ask me. And as we scroll down into the article, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, DTCC, is an enormous operation providing the vast majority of clearing and settlement services for securities in the U.S. To put this in perspective, DTCC processed 2.15 quadrillion. A quadrillion is 1,000 trillion. In securities during 2019 on a routine day. And as we move into the next article, the DTCC selection of IBM, XRP, and R3 points to blockchain maturity. Again, we have IBM mostly connected to Stellar, XRP mostly connected to Ethereum, and R3 connecting back to Ripple's XRP. But as well, not leaving that out, they also have XinFin, which is an Ethereum-based product as well. This week's announcement that DTCC has selected IBM in partnership with XRP to build a DLT version of their Trade Information Warehouse, TIW, is a flagship event in the increasing role of blockchain technology in financial markets. It sets an industry standard for successful at-scale industry deployments of DLT within the markets. Again, I'm bouncing back and forth, the first article being the most current, and then here going back to 2017 just to show the timeline of its strength. In December of 2015, the DTCC, IBM, JPM Chase, and R3CEV were all founding members of the Linux Foundation-led blockchain consortium that would eventually be called Hyperledger. And it's very important that you understand these connections. IBM and Microsoft will let you roll your own blockchain. They call it Hyperledger, and it can be yours. Just showing again a little more information on the connections here with IBM, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, the London Stock Exchange, and they unveiled a new open source software project based on the blockchain, the global online ledger that underpins the Bitcoin digital currency. The project aims to build blockchain-like software that can move more efficiently, reliably, and openly track the exchange of financial assets, including stocks, bonds, futures, houses, and car titles. And considering the names involved, particularly the DTCC, Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, which oversees Wall Street's stock settlement system, is an enormously significant undertaking. So again, you have it here connecting back to the DTCC. Here we have former CEO of the DTCC joins Ripple Labs as an advisor. Donald Donahue, former CEO of the DTCC. Then we have another blockchain development for finance projects building next generational financial applications using Ethereum, Hyperledger, Fabric, and Stellar. And Ripple joins Hyperledger Consortium. So again, this is to me an important thing here, showing where Ripple and Stellar again are working together on the Hyperledger. The Hyperledger project has existed to facilitate collaboration among developing blockchains and DLT of various types, distributed by the Linux Foundation, and now including dozens of members. Hyperledger aims to improve performance of blockchain networks in order to help integrate this new technology with businesses worldwide. Now CoinDesk reports that the distributed ledger startup Ripple, the developer of the cryptocurrency of the same name, has joined the consortium. And again, over time that has changed. Ripple is now the company, XRP is now the cryptocurrency, which then became more formally known as ODL for on-demand liquidity. With the Hyperledger Quilt project, connects Hyperledger blockchains with other ILP-capable payment systems such as the XRP-L, Ethereum, Bitcoin, the Lightning, Litecoin, Mojaloop, and RippleNet, helping us deliver our vision for an Internet of Value, the IOV, where money moves as information does today. And here we have Swift has officially selected Hyperledger's Fabric codebase for use in its most prominent blockchain project. The CEO of EBPI signed the Hyperledger membership, which brought Swift, Hyperledger, and IBM Watson together. EBPI is now called Visma Connect. In keeping with IBM's commitment to open source, the solution is run from the IBM blockchain platform on Hyperledger Fabric and was built in collaboration with Stellar.org, a nonprofit organization and associate member of Hyperledger and ClickX Group. A regional financial services company in the Pacific region, Stellar is an open source blockchain network that is purpose-built for the issuance and exchange of digital assets. Digital assets are issued on the Stellar network as a foreign exchange bridge to allow for near real-time settlement. ClickX Group serves as the founding financial institution for the region, servicing banks, retail clients, and consumers using this new network. IBM will continue to advance the solution with the goal of expanding capabilities in order to support central bank-issued digital currency, securities, bonds, and structured financial assets. IBM blockchain provides high-performance orchestration to move payments along parties. Each payment is immutable once recorded, and settlement instructions are provided via smart contracts on Hyperledger Fabric. Initially, Stellar will provide the network and digital asset to facilitate the settlement of transactions cleared on Hyperledger. Central banks in MENA region could be the first to issue digital currencies. At the time, Jesse Lund was the global vice president of IBM Blockchain, and he was the moderator of the panel, Crypto Assets, How They Are Being Used to Make Payments on Blockchains. But what I find interesting is the MENA. We have been in discussions with various central banks in the region, including Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority, the SAMA, the UAE Central Bank, Moroccan Central Bank, Egyptian Central Bank, and Qatar Central Bank. If these central banks could get together, that would be great, and we as a technology partner would try to make it into a reality. But what I find more interesting as we move along, IBM joins ING in saying central bank digital currencies are on the way. And here I just want to add to Bob Way, who was a former employee at Ripple. Something he had stated was, nice find, that is exactly why the term has become so popular. Once you have atomic settlement via two central banks, the game is over. Every other central bank will follow, otherwise their country would be put at a significant disadvantage. Key phrase here is, once you have an atomic settlement via two central banks, the game is over. One central bank, Saudi Arabia's central bank, signs blockchain deal with Ripple. Another central bank, Egypt's largest bank, signs deal with Ripple. So game over. I'll leave you with a final thought. Don't carry your mistakes around with you. Instead, place them under your feet and use them as stepping stones to rise above them. All right, guys, this is not financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. Hit that like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.